This exam situation rolls on, and while some students are happier following the U-turn on results, there are still some who are left behind. And what we want to do today is to highlight what are called BTECs. BTECs are a combination of academia and practical work. Actually, they're obviously even much better than A Levels because they're much more useful and they're used in vocational industries like health and social care.
Yeah, and some students, BTEC students, are still left without their results. We're going to be talking to Thaila Hazeldine in just a moment, still waiting for her results. First, though, let's talk to David Hughes. David is Chief Executive of the Association of Colleges. Good morning to you, David. Firstly, can you just explain the delay, why there is a delay, David? Because this isn't to do with the algorithm situation that we had with A Levels, is it?
No, I thought that there were two distinct issues that we need to get around. And first of all, I just should say to Thaila and all of the students who are waiting for their results that my heart goes out to you, because it must be so distressing and so stressful that you've worked all for 2 years to get your results, and suddenly everyone else has got them, you haven't. I think it's a terrible, terrible situation. So on behalf of the whole of the education system, I'm really, really sorry. I think we can sort those out very quickly. I was on a call this morning with Pearson, who run the BTECs, and they think there are 500 students where results are still outstanding. They promised me they'll get those done today or tomorrow at the very latest. It's too late, and we need to review later why it's happened, but there have been delays. Now, look, there are something like 280,000 students taking BTECs and other similar qualifications from other exam boards. So, you know, there are a small number, but for every individual, it is their life and it is everything. So, you know, this is a terrible situation. So that's one issue.
You know what? I could argue, David, that there are qualifications that the country needs more than others, I would have to say. I'm quoting from the paper today from a young prospective nurse, a health and social care student, Ellie Clark. And she's saying she's 19, she's still waiting because her offer is dependent on these. And she said, I feel like BTEC results have been totally forgotten about. There's such a snobbery around BTECs versus A Levels, and I think that has impacted things. Do you think there is a snobbery?
There is definitely a snobbery, but look, let's get this clear. There were something like 1,500 students who didn't get their BTEC results out of 280,000. It's 1,500 too many. And as I said, for every individual, like Thaila and your correspondent, it's a terrible situation. But in a big system, there will always be mistakes made. And we're trying to work with the exam boards to get those mistakes sorted. But there is a snobbery. Look, all of the media, you know, and it's great that you're not doing this, talk about A Levels all the time as if they're the only exams. There are more people taking qualifications that like BTECs and BTECs than there are A Levels, and nobody really talks about that. And as you say, there are practical, kind of vocational, focused on getting people into work, but lots and lots of students use BTECs and other vocational qualifications to go on to higher education as well. Yeah. So there is a definite snobbery we need to overcome in this country, and we need to start saying technical vocational qualifications matter.
Yeah, because they qualify you for something. These are the people who run the country, who make the country tick. An A level does not really qualify you for something. So I think you're absolutely right. We've got to big up the BTECs.
Yeah, and why has there been a delay, David? It's all very well everybody saying, oh, we're sorry there's been this delay. But for people like Thaila, who we're about to speak to, that means that the place that she had at uni is now in question. If she doesn't get, I mean, I believe they're holding it for her until the 7th of September. But how long is it going to take to correct the problem? And why was there a problem?
So the two issues. One is about access to higher education. I'm very confident that any student meeting the grade they needed for their offer will get a place. You know, and I was on the university task force yesterday where we were talking about that nationally. The higher education minister, universities and colleges offering higher education will do everything they can to provide that place for students who've been messed around in this system. So there is time. The A-level students don't know their results until probably later this week either. So, you know, Thaila, don't worry. I think the university will keep hold of that place. I'm really confident about that, you know, if you meet your offer. But mistakes get made, and this year mistakes were probably more inevitable because it was a completely new system. The sad bit is that there wasn't enough work done before results day to make sure that everybody was getting their results. But, you know, every effort is being made now to get those results out today or tomorrow. And that is in time. for people to move on to the college or university of their choice.
Well, Thaila,
so,
this is Thaila Hazeldine, and she's 18. She's recently finished a 2-year Level 3 Health and Social Care BTEC at Alton College in Hampshire. Now, and this is where I could hug you, really hug you. You're currently working as a dining room assistant at a care home, and you want to go on and do a nursing degree. You see, now that, just the aspiration there, I just love it, what you're doing already.
But the problem is, Thaila, there is a question mark whether you can go on to do that degree because you're waiting for your results. Tell us what place you had offered, what you were going on to do, and how this has all left you now.
So I've got a place at Brighton Uni offered with the grades distinction, merit. Obviously, if I don't get that result, I've missed out on clearing places, unfortunately. And the second university I was going to apply for through clearing had already filled their places up by 10 a.m. Thursday morning.
Right, so your second choice, which I believe was Plymouth, lovely place, by the way. So that now is not an option for you. So really you're relying now on getting your results on time by the 7th of September and the results that you need. How do you feel about this? Eamonn said, you know, he was just quoting a student in the paper today saying that she feels that there's a snobbery with BTEC, that you're kind of the forgotten students. Everyone's going, oh, A Levels and GCSEs. Tell us why you did a BTEC and why it's so important to you.
I did a BTEC because you do a lot more practical work. I work better doing practical work anyway rather than academics. So getting that hands-on experience through placements was just so much more beneficial for me for my future.
Yeah, and obviously you want to be a nurse. How confident are you now? Have you spoken to Brighton University?
Yes. They're holding my place, I think, until the 7th of September. Hopefully we'll get them by then.
Let's look at worst case scenario. I don't wish to do this to you, but it is important because that could be what you're facing. If you don't get the grades you want, your second choice uni is already full. Where's that going to leave you? What do you think you'll do?
I'll carry on looking through clearing and see what spaces are left at different universities. If not, I probably will have to take a gap year, maybe 2, and go on later on in life.
Well, you keep pursuing your dream and your vocation.
Yes, I hope that works out.
We really hope it does work out for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good talking to you.
Well done,
Good talking to you. And David, thank you. Anything you want to say in conclusion, David, just as the Chief Executive of...
Yeah, good luck to Thaila. I really hope you get your grades. I hope you get them today or tomorrow and that you can get to Brighton, because that would be fantastic. And what the pandemic has shown us is that we need more people like Thaila to be doing practical courses like BTECs, get into nursing, get into the health system, because that's what we need. That's what our country needs. But the other thing I wanted to just add was that we were talking yesterday with the Higher Education Minister about trying to provide more nursing places in universities, because that should be a priority for our country. So it might be that the clearing is already full up at Plymouth, but let's hope that the government come to the table and offer some more nursing places. So even if you've missed your first offer, there might be some opportunities through clearing. I hope there are. But let's hope that Brighton is your destination. It's a great place to go.
Excellent. And here, we've both been to technical college. Just to say to the viewers, look where you could end up. I did my journalism course.
I'd stick with your nursing, Thaila, if I were you.
I went to the Belfast College of Business Studies, and you did
in Plymouth.
What did you do? Secretarial course?
Yeah.
Did you pass it?
Of course I did, with flying colours.
Right, show me. How good are your fingers still?
I'm very fast. I can touch type.
Yeah.
In those days, it was that one. I could do that.
Do you know how I typed? I had to learn typing. I did like that.
Fingers,
But I'm very fast. I've still got hard skin on the end of that finger.
I don't want to feel it, thank you. Anyway, Thaila, we wish you the best of luck. It's a great vocation that you want to do. We wish you well with your place at Brighton. And David Hughes, Chief Executive of Association of Colleges, thank you too.